Hey y'all, I want to share something with you. This morning, the Lord woke me up around like 2:30 to spend time with Him. And as I was spending time with Him up to 6:30 in the morning, He told me that He will always put me ahead of the plan of the enemy. I said, okay. So around 6:30, I started to lay down and go to sleep. And I had a dream that someone broke into the front door of my home while me and my family are in my home, and he was trying to rob us. I woke up and I told my husband, and immediately God gave me a revelation of a dream. He said the enemy is trying to creep into your finances. I said, okay. So I canceled every attack that could possibly come, but I also had the conviction and the quickening of the Holy Spirit to pause on some of the financial investments that we were trying to make. So I was like, okay, we're going to wait. But what happened was we decided to go to the store, and we went to the store called Odie's, and we went to the store. We found actually a toy that was half the price. It was $100 at Walmart, and it was like $50 at Odie's. And I was like, okay, this is perfect because I know the children will love it. So we got it. And what happened was when we had the woman scan the toy, but when we got in the car, we ended up looking at the receipt and found out that the toy wasn't even on the receipt. $50 toy. I was like, okay, yeah, you got to go back in there. We got to do what's right, obviously. So my husband went in there, and the woman ended up scanning the toy, and she was so thankful because she said, I scanned the toy. I just thought maybe it was already the highest price on the receipt. And obviously it wasn't even on the receipt at all. And she was so thankful that we came to do that. And of course, we use that as a witnessing opportunity because we take our relationship with God serious, okay? When he got into the car, the Lord showed me that this was supposed to be the initiation of what the dream was about. I'm telling y'all, our dreams are not just dreams. God be warning us before we come into agreement with what the enemy is planning on doing. See, the enemy in my dream that broke into my house was a representation of the enemy trying to break into what God has allowed us to establish in our finances. So the initiation process was literally going to a store, getting something that we agreed to get, and yet on the receipt it wasn't paid for. So if me and my husband did not do what was right according to what God says is right to do, according to what God convicted us to do, then because if we would have held on to that toy without going back and paying for it, that would have gave the enemy a legal right into our finances. Okay? Because y'all, finances, money communicates agreement. All right. It's a resource that communicates agreement. And the fact that we had the knowledge that we did not pay, we could have agreed with taking something that we did not invest in. In return, it would have gave the enemy a legal right to invest his will, to invest his desire in our lives. And that would have been a breach in the spirit because of what we chose not to do. Okay? Thank God we have a relationship with God, and we did what was right. And I want to encourage you. The old me would have looked at that, oh, this is a blessing for the Lord. The Lord blessed me today. I didn't even have to pay for this. No. It's not a blessing from the Lord when it happens like that, okay? When God shows you that there was an error on somebody else's part regarding what you were trying to invest in, understand that it now becomes your accountability to do what is right in the sight of God. And if you do not do what's right in the sight of God, understand you will be penalized in areas that you will remain ignorant to unless God removes the veil. All right? So don't play with it. The enemy ain't playing with you. Don't play with him. All right? Well, I want to encourage you with that. Stay encouraged. Bye.